After moving to the United States, I dreamed of becoming an interior designer. Then, I dreamed of mastering DIY on my own. Now, I'm helping dreams come to life for others too. I'm Fariha Nasir, and when it comes to your dream room, all I need is a day.
Welcome to your new space, you guys!
This is Dream Room in a Day. So when you're designing a space, one of the things to keep in mind is to mix things up. Don't buy furniture from the same store, all your furniture. Don't do all the same colors. Don't do all the same wood tones. Keep things different. Just switch it up, add some textures in, make it cozy with textiles. Maybe mix your wovens with some metal in there. Love mixing finishes. So if you have a matte black ceiling fan, throw in a brass lamp. Just have fun with it. Something simple like texture, cane is one of them. I love that it just reminds me of Karachi because I remember visiting cane workshops with my parents while growing up, and I love that I can bring a piece of that in my home. So as a DIYer and designer, I am constantly on the go. It's work, work, work throughout the day, and then at the end of the day, I want to be able to relax and rejuvenate and just get that quiet time in. Maybe recollect my thoughts, and just to keep myself grounded. Sometimes flex rooms can be challenging for homeowners to figure out because it's just a large space you're dealing with, and it can be daunting to zone it out into different areas to just address the different functions of the room. Amna and Kamil are actually really good friends of mine, and they're also from Karachi. And they bought this home recently and haven't done many updates to it. So the flex room was one of the spaces that they hadn't gotten to yet. And they're hoping for me to provide some tips and pointers on how they can use the space better and in a way that's more functional for their family.
So the room upstairs that we actually need help with is the flex room, and right now we use it as a space where I hang out with the kids. We read books together. Suleiman plays with his toys upstairs, and so Fariha is going to be hopefully giving us some pointers and kind of tips on how to fix it up and use it in a way that's more functional, and that way we can all use it as a family.
Yeah, we're very excited. That room is one where we can see so many things happen. We just cannot figure out what to do with it.
All right, you guys, we are at Amna and Kamil's house. I love their neighborhood, super cute, and I'm really good friends with them, so I love that I can do this for them. And they have no idea that I'm gonna be doing this in 24 hours, so let's go surprise them.
Hi!
Hey,
How are you guys? Good, come on in.
Thank you. Amna, I love your home. I love the big windows in here.
Thank you.
So tell me more about your space. When did you move in?
We moved here about 2 years ago. It's going to be 2 years in this June, right? This
Yeah,
summer.
yeah, it's been, I can't believe it's gone by so fast.
Yeah.
We do have this one room upstairs that, we've been thinking about for a while now. And would love it if you could help us out with that.
Of course, let's go see the space.
Sure, let's do that.
All right, so this is your flex room, right?
Yep.
Yes, this is the space that we needed some help with. Yes.
Love the space, love how large it is, lots of natural light coming in.
Yeah.
So tell me, what are you thinking of doing with the space? What do you want to use it for?
So this is a space that we usually hang out with the kids. And I love reading, my daughter loves reading.
Yeah.
And I was hoping to have some kind of like bookshelves or some kind of like a mini library of sorts to have.
I love it.
To have, somewhere around here. And
Yeah.
that way we can just use it as like a place that we can hang out and have maybe some friends over and just be able to.
So I'm thinking like a multifunctional space, maybe divided into zones, maybe have a reading nook here, some kind of seating arrangement here, and then you also want to include the kids in this room, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So we have to give them some space to kind of hang out in. And then storage for toys. I see that's...
Yes, that's a big thing. Like you can see there's some like, books and some toys over here.
I hear you. I have the same problem at home. Like Zeki's toys are everywhere.
That's what I was going to say. Like
everything needs a home.
Every room in our house needs space for the toys.
Okay, perfect. So Kamil and Amna, are you guys married to this light fixture? Do we want to keep
Absolutely
it?
not.
Yeah?
It's one of the things that I dislike about the room.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's make sure to switch that out with something more modern.
That would be great.
Yeah?
Yes.
That would make us very happy.
Perfect. All right, so a project like this, I mean, it would normally take several weeks getting lots of pieces in, maybe put some, I'm thinking of ground molding, adding some built-in bookshelves. I have a surprise for you though.
And that is.
I think we're gonna be able to do this for you in 24 hours.
No.
What?
Yep.
That is amazing.
Yeah, we have my crew is ready. Everyone's so pumped to get started on your space, and we're gonna give you an amazing flex room.
That's amazing.
Wow.
That's really, really
Thank
exciting.
you guys.
That's
I'm so excited. Amna and Kamil are so thrilled. They have been wanting this room to come together for the longest time, and they're finally going to be able to get this makeover done.
I always assumed that a room makeover takes about weeks, takes a few weeks at least, or a couple of weeks, but 24 hours is just fantastic.
So for this space, I'm thinking 3 main zones. I'm thinking like a reading nook where the bookshelves are, and then the majority of the room will be the seating area where there is a sectional, and the third area is gonna be for the kids. So we want the whole space to look cohesive, and we're gonna anchor it all using rugs. The Glidden color we picked for this room, Silent Night, is gonna make such an impact in this room. We're in Amna's home right now. Her flex room has huge blank walls. I'm gonna show her a tool so she can save that time. So most people dislike taping up a room, especially if it's a large room like this.
Absolutely.
And I prefer using a brush like this that holds more paint. This is the Alpha Angle Sash Paintbrush. And it just makes it easier to cut in without having to redip your paintbrush over and over again.
Yeah.
And it allows you to make these long, crisp lines without redipping. So let me show you. Just gonna load up the brush. And then
You make it look so easy.
I'm gonna have you do this too. So okay. Do you wanna go ahead and try?
Sure.
And I always like to start kind of in and then work my way to
away.
the edge.
Okay.
I'm not. You're a pro.
Is that okay?
You're a pro. Can you finish up the rest of the room?
This is a lot easier than I thought it would be. It is really easy because this is the reason why I've never painted before. Just taping is...
You can practice on your home and then come on over to my house. I feel like Amna's 3-year-old son is gonna get this job done today. So let's get started. All right, it's time for our Glidden tips. Let's get into it. So when you're cutting in a large room, it's always best to work from top to bottom. So if you have any drips, you can catch them, and it's just easier to work that way. Amna, Kamil, we've been working in here for 24 hours, the whole day.
Yes, we've been hearing all of
yeah,
that.
and we're all done, and it looks amazing. And right before we step in, you want to tell me how you feel?
Super, super pumped. Like really, really excited, especially because I've been hearing and seeing you guys go up and down, and I just cannot wait to see what it looks like.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Welcome to your new space, you guys.
Oh, wow. Oh my God. This looks
Is this even the same?
amazing.
I am.
Look at this.
Everything about this space.
What do you think about the bookshelves?
I love it. I love the bookshelves, and there's just all the details, like everything. Fariha.
It's a full-on
You
transformation.
know, I always wondered why people got emotional on TV,
Yeah.
but now I know.
I'm so happy. What do you think about the couch? Do you think it'll be comfortable for you guys?
Super comfortable, and it's just perfect. This whole space, like everything about this space is perfect.
And
Like,
you
I
kept
love
it bright as well.
Yes.
What do we think about the kids area? They have their own space now in the corner, so they're not in your face.
Yes, and everything's just kind of hidden.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh my gosh, I love the little cushions and everything.
It's all come together so nicely. I think the individual pieces have their own character, but it fits in all together.
So this is one of my favorite DIY bookshelf hacks.
Yeah.
Using existing pre-made furniture like bookshelves and then making them look like custom built-ins, because we just added this crown molding and then some trim here. So now it looks like it's part of this wall,
Looks like
right?
it's always been there.
And then we added trim to the bottom and painted it the same color, and I think that just makes it look more cohesive with the rest of the
Yes.
space. So for this room, I knew that I was gonna do like a dark wall, and instead of making it completely moody, and because I remember you guys wanted a bright room, and so I wanted to keep that bright vibe going on. So with the upholstered items, I made sure like the drapes and the sofa and the rug, these are your main pieces, and I wanted to make sure that they're light. So that just gives it that contrast and makes the room light and airy, even though it's such a dark color on the wall.
I love that there's a separate section for the kids, and like that desk for me, only me.
Yeah, just you.
And like a seating area. I love these different zones in here that you've created.
So I'm so glad I went with Silent Night, this glidden pink color. It's just, isn't it like the perfect contrast between the light and dark?
It is, and I love that it's just plays off the light from our
For sure.
Yeah, from
It was amazing. It was just, when we saw it, we couldn't believe it. It was just seeing the things that the bookshelf, the different paint schemes, they were amazing.
it's just, she blew it out of the park. Like, it's just amazing, just incredible. Thank you, Fariha. This makeover and our flex room just looks amazing. It's beautiful. It's everything that we wanted and had in our mind.
No, thank you so much, Fariha. It was just fantastic watching those ideas come to life, and you just it was amazing.
Working your magic.
Speechless.
Yeah.
This has to be one of my favorite reveals ever. This family is so happy. Just made my day.